Okay. Good afternoon. Thanks for being here. Minutes are on your. Did you grab a minutes from the podium, everybody? Got one? And we got something to drink. All right. Hi, Mr. Smith. Hello. There is a couple handouts right here.
Perfect. Thank you.
Check on our things. Stephanie, I think, is going to be going to track, and the mayor obviously took one look in here and said, "I'm out of here." So you're on your own. Otherwise, we are just Jordan. So,
So should we vote them out now or later?
what about now? No, I appreciate you being here, and we'll be as brief. I just have a couple updates on festival stuff, then we'll be done. So,
All right,
Morgan, go ahead.
Call the meeting to order, 4:01, because Doug keeps on talking here, so we're a little approval of the minutes from last month's meeting, April 4th. Need a motion and a second.
All right.
We got a first and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes of last meeting carried. How about approval of the agenda, which is here provided to you, also is emailed out to you as well?
Move for approval.
Okay. Any other further discussion, additions, or omissions for the agenda for today? If not, I need a second. We got a first and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, the agenda has been approved. Let's start with the director's reports.
Sure, kind of give you, always like to recap about events in case you have questions. We always want your input. Of course, in the minutes, you say, yeah, these are upcoming. Well, now we've had some of those, but we hosted basically an Avera social that they've had for several years. 430 people, banquet style. We do a bar, they had entertainment. Went very well from our side of things. We take hosting events, as a serious business. I mean, that's what we do here. We don't want to screw anything up. So making it, if we can give them advice about placing the tables and chairs or where the food should go and all those kinds of things, and we thought it went very well. Same with the prom. Of course, that's a school event that we host just the grand march and the dance, but we had a huge crowd. It was at least 2,000 people. I mean, we were completely full in the soft seats, and they were sitting in the wings, and that's not counting the 177 couples that walked through. So it was very full, and we had just switched over from the heat to the air conditioning, so we were thankful for that. It's very comfortable. They start showing up at, Greg, you were here earlier, at 4:30-ish.
There was people in the building sitting in the soft seats when I got here.
Yep, and then it starts at 7, and of course so we do concessions, and again, it's one of those things where it's a very difficult to plan. But we had the north side open, it was busy, and but once it starts, then it just shuts off. Send the kids home. But went very well. The dance starts at 8:30, and they were out the Corn Palace by midnight, and everything's gone. And we pick up the next day. Of course, then that was on Saturday, and Sunday the circus people came to town, and we did a quick sit-up on Monday morning for our stuff for the circus. Most of it is done by them. They use their own sound system. Did anybody get to go to the circus?
Yep, I was there.
Yeah, Steve was there, and from our side, we thought it went very well. Again, we made some suggestions about ticketing. Well, we thought that went really well. I mean, we literally are outside selling tickets up and down the street. Shriners are obviously a big part of that. They help sell tickets as well, and we get them through the door quickly. We had some of our pickleballers that play volunteered to scan and take tickets. It was very helpful, so shout out to them. I didn't reach out to you folks because we had enough, and really no issues. And it is sheer chaos. It really is. But
It seems a lot smoother this year.
I-
Chaos
yeah,
at the doors.
yeah, I would agree. Yeah.
A lot to do with Ron Kogel's wife, but that's.
Yeah, well, we had good helpers, there's no doubt about it, and then, again, just everything, just trying to get lines to form in the right place and things like that, so, but it was a really good show. I didn't sit and watch one full circus, but I saw parts of it each time, and I actually just sent the Shriners their wrap-up today, I don't know, Steve, if you want to, from a Shriner standpoint, was it a good year?
Last year was way better. We didn't have it for 2 years, 20 and 21, because of COVID situation. We could have had one 21, but we couldn't get the acts into the country because of that. So we didn't have it for 2 years. So last year was absolutely off the charts. This year was not as good, but it was right up there.
It
So
was, yeah, I mean, we noticed that too. And oddly enough, we had our slowest reserve ticket night. So we set up the tickets and do all the reserve seats, and then assist the general admission days of and so on. But our reserve was small on Wednesday night, thinking that's gonna be our smallest show, and it ended up being our biggest show. The general admission folks, which I think is an attest to the circus itself and telling everybody else word of mouth, hey, it's a good show and well worth the money type of thing.
yeah, we had 5 shows that was spread out nice evenly over 5 shows. Before, it's all nights that are just slammed, and then afternoons are like, so what? But now it's very even for all 5. So
And if you didn't know, again, they had almost 300 nursing home residents show up for a 10 a.m. show on Tuesday. That the circus performers do, the Shriners help, but Mitchell Tech had 20 plus students here.
23.
23 students. Vera brought literally a truckload of wheelchairs. And they unloaded them out of the pickup and just said, pick one, and off they went, and they got them in and did an hour show, and it was pretty heartwarming to see them, the smiles. One lady I talked to, she had some cotton candy on her lap, and she said, and I said, oh, you're going to take a treat. And she said, the first time I've had cotton candy and seen an elephant in 50 years. And she had a really good time. It was really something.
It's only a 1-hour show. It's a center ring. We put the wheelchairs in one of the rings that can't get out into the added seats. Funny story, one year we had, this is before we had the nursing students help us out. These vans and buses come from all over from the area, White Lake, Kimball, Platte, Wagner, all over. All of a sudden we get a phone call, things are all over with, we're wrapping up, and we get a phone call saying, yeah, Esther does not belong to us. I'm like, what? So Esther, who's in a wheelchair, got on and was in Kimball. She was supposed to go to Salem.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so that was a big deal. So we started trying to color coding them, but it didn't work. So now the Wesleyan, I think Wesleyan or Tech, one of the two or
They do
both.
name tags.
Yeah, it helps a lot, so we know where they're going to. Yeah, so poor Esther got a hell of a ride to Kimball and then to Salem.
on a day trip.
But
Yeah.
it is a fun event. Area communities, we saw a lot of folks, not from Mitchell come, So, just a great event, and that, so the contract we had to host the circus, they're on a renewal year, so we don't have a date for 2024. So I invited them to, hey, please, hope we can have it again. So we'll see. I'm sure they're working on that.
Yeah.
So, upcoming, we kind of had last week off, but we have a big week this week. MTC's graduation on Friday. Ceremonies at 11, 2, and 5. 11, 2, and 5, and we actually are practicing dance recital on Wednesday and Thursday prior to that, and then we go right from that. As soon as the last person's walking off the stage, the band will be set up for First Fridays. Of course, that'll start setting up at 4, I think, on Main Street. And we go right into the music on the stage and the First Friday event. So all that goes along with that. Of course, that's the Mitchell Main Street event, and we assist with the plaza and that kind of thing. We'll have a bar out there. We'll have our lobby will be open till 9 for restroom use and for people to get out of the weather if there's any issues that way. And then we scheduled it with a recital next day because we're going to have 1,250 chairs on the floor. And rather than have all that staffing set up, tear down, we'll just reconfigure it a little bit for the recital. Those are reserved seats. And then recital will be on Saturday night. Now, it's a 4 o'clock event this year, and I have not yet recruited our scanners. You probably don't even have to scan, quite honestly. You just take tickets and tear, but they all reserve seats. There's no general admission for that. So, if there are any of you, I'll follow up with an email, but this is Saturday. It'd be nice to have 4 people. If you could maybe let me know Wednesday or Thursday, I'll reach out to some of our other volunteers if I don't get 4. And 2:45 to 7. Excuse me, to 4:15. It goes till 7. But by 4:15, we'll have everybody in. step from Shredders.
I'll do it.
So, that'd be awesome, team. So, yeah, 2:45, and we can have you out here, no later than 4:15, 4 o'clock even, 'cause it's gonna start at 4. So, you know how it is, most will be in, and then Craig's got it set up for concessions, and, easy work. Again, I don't know if we even have to scan them, do we, Craig? I mean, technically.
I don't think so.
It goes fast.
We might actually want to have a couple people on the floor directing people where to.
Sure, yeah, because of, you know, people don't use the main floor seating. We're very good signage in the upper section A, but on the floor, we put signs on those, you know, M1, and then row 1 and row 14, and they gotta figure out what row 4 is for there. We don't want every one. So, anyway, we could ask a little bit of ushering maybe, or standing on the floor would be helpful. And these are all local, so they usually figure it out, but anyway, upcoming, and then, yeah, we'll do Dakota Wesleyan's graduation on Sunday, and that is a 1:30 ceremony. And then the gift shop folks will start to move in week after, the day after the Mitchell High graduation, too, which is the following week, so the 21st. So it's a little different this year for them because kids are still in school. It's not like school's out. They have 5 days of school yet after graduation. So they are working through that. But our daily, I want to mention just our hours. We started opening Sundays now, beginning this coming Sunday. So we're daily 8 to 5. On Memorial Day, we will go till 9 p.m. And we'll go daily 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. beginning Memorial Day. Our Visitors Bureau greeters started this week, which is really nice. I mean, because, you know, I'm in the lobby, we've got someone in concessions, Craig's in the box office, but it's extra effort for our tourists to find somebody, you know, type of thing. Because they're not sure, do I have to pay to get in, or what is this? I mean, you know, Craig hears all of those questions. But the greeters take care of all that, so it's really nice. And they appreciate it. I mean, they really appreciate someone greeting them as they come in. Welcome to Corn Palace, answers some questions, tells them where to start. Because they won't start the formal tours until like the Thursday, I think,
Yes,
right?
that Thursday. Yep. We will be all moved in and open Thursday, which is the 24th. I think,
Yep. Just like
Thursday of that
whether it's,
week.
you know, it's a basketball game, Dakota Wesleyan, Mitchell High, or the circus, they're our customer for the summer, and we do everything we can to make their experience good for their employees and the visitors that are coming. So I
We
think,
only have one new greeter this year, but it's Betty, and she,
oh, Betty Anderson.
yes, Betty Anderson, so she knows the course. But everybody else is returning, so she'll be good.
Yep, and I think that's a testament, we're the same way, we had all these seniors that left, you know, us in concessions, and we had a really good year, and Greg, I think you can report on that, but I think we've got most are coming back for us. We just lose a couple, so we're in we're in good shape for the summer. And decorator, after coming in too, and I'll just end with that, Jeff is just starting on that now. He'll start interviewing, he goes on vacation for the weekend, and then he'll be back on Tuesday, he'll start interviewing our decorators. So we met with our corn grower, Brett Lowry, last Thursday, and just, you know, it's never been easy since I've been here. I just told Brett, you know, we need to have extra corn. We just need extra corn. I want bins of corn to sell, to give away, to use for Fix-It. We've got some fixing to do in the arena. The basketball fans pick away at it. Our visitor booth is looking in tough shape. You know, we need to replace the corn on that. Just a lot of reasons. So, you know, part of that obviously is drought, right? But he is going to up his acres a little bit, and kind of, they looked at all the murals, and Jeff was going to basically give him a list of these colors we need more of. And we just don't want to be short. And hopefully we have a good growing season, and we just don't, you know, have plentiful corn and it comes in ready to go. So hopefully we can have a good decorating year. So anyway, so we're well on our way to starting summer, and we'll get through this week, and then it'll be tourism time. So it's kind of anything, questions about those events, past, present, or things that are upcoming? No questions? Great. Yes, we'll jump right into
So circus concessions, I know Steve kind of mentioned that, you know, the Shriner said the circus was down a little bit, but I do believe last year was a record year. So concessions were down just a little bit over 8% from last year. So I was very happy with that. And then popcorn balls, if you guys, when we're done here, if you want to go help, I've got almost 500 that need to be picked up tomorrow. So the kids need to make those. And then we've got Modern Woodman's doing an event on Friday that they're giving out, and I have 0 for them so far. And they requested 500 to 600. So between today and Wednesday and Thursday, if you want to make popcorn balls, the kids would love some additional help. Other than that, it's, you know, we made it through the circus. Things are kind of slow now and waiting for the kids to get out of school. I know you've got some of mine working for you this summer doing tours and working in the gift shop. So we'll be able to give the kids, you know, enough hours. They can only work a certain amount, but we'll keep them all busy and just keep making popcorn balls.
Craig, what is our summer concession hours? We don't have a special event. Are we starting, doors open at 8 till 9 p.m.?
So we'll open at 9 o'clock. That's what we did all last year. And then we will close a half hour before the haunted house closes.
Okay. So
So that they're out of here when the
Doors
house
locked.
is closed.
lots of hours for the kids, so we spread them out, and we need quite a few just because of summer activities and vacations and all of that kind of thing. And of course, we're still selling those 500 to 600, 700 popcorn balls a week out of the building to other places, so retail. So I sent some to Kansas City last week to a little shop down there. She was here for the National Kids Pedal Pole and runs a little shop in her small town and wanted to start selling front house popcorn balls. So
What's the shelf life of those? You make them, when do you got to get them out and eat?
Well, so I've got one grocery store that orders once a month, and they try to run out in 3 weeks' time to get everybody in, and then they let everybody beg for them for a week. So they said that, you know, if they have them for 3 weeks, they're still pretty good. So I think anything beyond that, you might want to throw in the microwave for a few seconds and refresh it, but they really can't go bad.
we say 2 weeks,
For Corn Palace freshness.
Corn Palace freshness. And just so you know, we literally had them go over 2 months. We sent some to Spain. They got lost in international mail, and we tried to track them down. They were there for an April event, and they showed up the first week of August,
Oh, my goodness.
and they zapped in the microwave, and they were just fine. So, yeah. So, true story.
True
So
story.
we know they last, and they're still good. But we try not to go more than 2 weeks.
Awesome.
So, okay, any questions about that? Again, we just have a pretty kind of a quick meeting, but I want to give you an update on the festival entertainment too.
Any citizens input? No? Okay, so we need to make a motion to go into executive session.
Aye.
I just went and watched the 4x8.
Second. We got a first and second, one executive session. Door shut.